So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again after the Champions League games are finished. If you want to see my predictions for that and see whether I got them right or wrong, go and check out the video on the second channel I dropped earlier. Obviously, I'm recording this before the games kick off. But we are going to talk about Reiss Nelson. Reiss is out of contract in the summer. And Brighton have opened talks with the winger. So have Arsenal, by the way. Now it's a straight fight, isn't it? Will Reiss Nelson want to go and get game time at Brighton, where they're likely to get rid of Mitoma for big dough in the summer? They're likely to get rid of other players at that football club as well, by the way. Not just Mitoma, but there is going to be a lot of clubs sniffing around, looking for top players this summer, and Brighton is the place to go and get them. And listen, Reiss Nelson, the reactionary view would be to, yes, give him a new contract. Yes, sign him up, protect his value, and then we can sell him next summer. Whilst that's all great and all fantastic, what has he actually done for Arsenal? I know he scored that great goal the other day. Yeah, and it was a great goal. And it would be one of the defining moments of the season. But his Arsenal career has just been blighted with injuries and loan moves. Like, is this one that's going to come back to haunt us later down the road? I don't know. While you're thinking about it and type in your comments, stick a thumbs up on the video. Go and sub to the second channel. Make sure you do that. I will be getting videos out more regular. I had a bit of a 4-day hiatus, but I am back. But all the talk is that he is looking at Brighton, and Brighton would be a more of a clearer pathway for him to go and play first team football, which is something that he wants to play. And look, at the end of the day, when you've got Smith Rowe, you've got Martinelli, you've got Trossard, you've got Jesus, you've got Saka all in front of you, I'd be looking at that as well and be saying, well, look at the weekend. Saka didn't play particularly very well at the weekend, and look what happened. Reiss sat on the bench. Like, for me, I'd be sitting there thinking, well, yeah, do you know what? Maybe it is the time to leave. Maybe it is time for me to go pastures new. And listen, no better place to get game time than at Brighton. And it's not a million miles away from London either. Not only that, this could be something that we say, okay, look, we'll sign you up, Reiss, but we'll let you go. Right? And that will and could happen. Because we could say, look, we want to protect our value with you as a player. We've brought you through the academy. We've put millions of pounds into your improvement and your nurturing. So we want to get players from Brighton, which we do. I'm sure we do. I'm sure we'll be looking at Caicedo again. Let's not forget, we did have and leave good relationships with Brighton. Well done, Edu. So what we could potentially do is sit there and say, look, Reiss, we'll put you on a new deal for 2 years, but you're going to go to Brighton. We'll let you go, but you're going to be used as part of the deal for Caicedo. Maybe that could be an option. I'm just throwing that out there. Listen, I haven't seen that anywhere. So if that comes about, I was the one who said it first. That could be something we do. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if we signed him up and he stayed. Yeah, but if we signed him up and he stays, where is he going to play? Like, genuinely, he ain't getting in over Martinelli. He ain't getting in over Trossard. He's definitely not getting in over Bukayo Saka or Jesus. So where does he play? And it's not like we're going to be in the Europa League so we can throw him in the Europa League. We're actually going to be in the Champions League. And can we afford to just throw Reiss Nelson in for a big Champions League away game at the Bernabeu or at the Allianz? I'm not so sure we can, because as much as I think he's an all right player, and he is an all right player, I don't think he's better than what we have. And we've got a lot of decent players in them forward positions that are getting better and better every season. I've just named them all. So I don't really see where he fits into us. Apart from the Project Youth, he hasn't really got anything that I look at and think, yeah, you're better than anyone else. Not really. So for me, listen, like I said, sign him up, put him on a 2-year deal, but tell him he's going somewhere else and we're using him as part of a deal. Or sign him up and let him go. Yeah, and then we can use the money that we get in to go somewhere else. I just don't see where he fits in. And so we've still got Nicola Pepe at the football club as well. And another one that's not going to get any game time here, and another one that we're going to have to get rid of in the summer. least with that one, we will get a few quid for him because he is still under contract, I think. I think he's got another year left on his contract. Now, maybe even 2 years. So I do think we'll get a few quid for Pepe. We've got other players that are out on loan as well. But the one thing I will say, I don't necessarily think we need to go out there and buy attacking players as such. I do think we need another striker because Eddie ain't the guy. But again, we've got Balogun. But is Balogun going to elevate us? We don't know. We've seen him smashing it in France, but I think he's good. But is he next level good? Like, can we rely on him more than we rely on Eddie? Yes, I think that is the case. But is he, excuse me, is he 20 goals a season good or 15 goals a season good? I'm not so sure. I don't know. We've only seen him in France, really, haven't we? But I think that our attention this summer should be midfielders. And if we get rid of Pepe, Maitland-Niles and all these other players that are out on loan, that'll give us a few quid to go and get midfielders. After we sort midfield out, then if you want to go and get an attacker, you go and get an attacker. But for me, we have to be looking, number one priority this summer, 2 midfielders. Not 1, 2. We have to go and get 2 because we've seen at Anfield only 2 days ago, he didn't want to bring Jorginho on, which I thought was weird. Why are you not bringing Jorginho on when we signed him for his experience? And now we're playing the biggest game of the season. We're leading. We need your experience to go in there, mate. Instead, he brings Kivior on. So, number one priority for me, go and get a better player than Jorginho that you actually want to play. Number 2, go and get a Thomas Partey replacement, i.e. backup stroke replacement. Yeah, because let's not forget, Partey is in his 30s. So he ain't going to be around forever. And then we need to go and get maybe another attacking midfielder because Fabio ain't the guy. So we need at least 2, but possibly 3 midfielders this summer. Now, if you add a Maddison, a Caicedo and a Reiss, for example, I'm just throwing them names out there, to what we already have, minus Jorginho, look how good that midfield is. Any of them 3 can play together. You've got options. You've already got decent attackers. Throw Balogun in there as well. Happy days. Now I then just think we need a centre-back. But people are telling me Kivior's the guy and blah, blah, blah. Not for me. Not for me. Like, he might be a Rob Holding-esque type backup, but I don't want to be seeing him playing week in, week out for now. No thanks. I want a proper, decent centre-back in there that can cover if Gabriel Magalhaes or William Saliba are out of that team. I don't know who that may be. I'm sure you guys can leave it in the comments section. But the one thing I do know is we have got a lot of money to spend. And this whole thing about, oh, but yeah, if you get in the Champions League, you can attract better players. Okay, cool. Well, let's see it then. Yeah, because I think that's a myth anyway. But I keep getting told that, and I've been told that for years and years and years and years. Oh, yeah, Champions League will get better players. Cool. Well, I want to see proper players coming in the summer then. I don't want to be seeing none of these Mickey Mouse half decent players. Let's go and get some proper ones in there. Yeah, and if we're going to get rid of Reiss Nelson, go and use that money if we sign him up and then sell him for something else. If not, see you later, mate. Yeah, I ain't interested because then we're signing you up for 3 years. You'll be injured for 2.5 of them. We'll be in this position again in 3 years. If you go on and be great, well done. Whatever. Yeah, but he's been here for long enough now and he's not really bedded into the team yet, has he? Great goal the other week. Fantastic. If we win the league, that is one of the best moments of the season. But for me, nah. Unless he's going to be used as a make weight in a deal for Caicedo or Reiss or someone like that, let him go, innit? But I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on all of that. Leave it in the comment section down below. Make sure you are smashing the like button, most importantly, and leaving comments on the second channel as well. That'll boost the algorithm. Go and check the second channel out. See if I got any of the predictions right. Predicted the 2 games results tonight. Go and check that out. I also predicted tomorrow's predictions as well. So make sure you go and check that out as well. And I'll have another video out on there tomorrow. I will be live again tomorrow as well. And yeah, we're out of here, people. All have a blessed evening, whatever's left of it. And I'll be back again tomorrow lunchtime with another live stream. Adios. Ciao.